This Saturday, April 22nd on Showtime pay-per-view, we're having a super fight that fans have been wanting for a while, and a matchup that fans have been wanting for a while. Now, there's a difference between a super fight and just a regular old matchup between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. A super fight we've been wanting for a while because, well, we want a Spencer Crawford. That can't happen. Fury versus Usyk. That can't happen. So, doesn't matter what your opinion is on both these fighters. Just be happy that they're giving us a super fight. This is a super fight. I mean, two talented boxers, both in the ring and outside the ring, putting their zeros on the line. Gervonta Davis 28-0, Ryan Garcia 23-0. I'm very, very excited. Today, we're going to be previewing it, and I'm going to be giving you my predictions. So let's get right into it. Gervonta Tank Davis is a 5-time 3-division world champion, 28-0. 26 knockouts, 134 pounds, even though this is for a 136 catchweight bout, 5'5", 67-inch reach, southpaw, 28 years old. We saw him absolutely destroy his opponents in the past. The problem with Gervonta Tank Davis, and same with Ryan Garcia, is they rely too much on their power. Their boxing skills compared to other lightweights like Devin Haney, Lomachenko, even Kambosos. Now, I'm not saying Kambosos could beat Tank, but on actual boxing skills, pure boxing, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, they're not up there yet. Pure boxing skills. They rely much on their power. And I think that if this fight will end in a knockout. I just don't know who's going to get knocked out. Either way though, he's going to need a box. Now, looking at Ryan Garcia, 23-0, 19 KOs, 130 pounds, 5'10", 70-inch reach, orthodox, 24 years old. Okay, he has, of course, some pretty good knockouts as well. A lot of body shots. Very, very good left hook. One of the best left hooks in the game. But that's, of course, really the only thing he's really known for. And his boxing, his pure boxing skills is even worse than Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion. So he needs to keep his hands up and he needs to stop being flat-footed. Now, who am I? I'm just a regular old guy. But, I mean, his fights in the past, his really only big fight has been Luke Campbell. Obviously damaged him, but he has got knocked down by him. Okay? Big part is his stance. If he can stay on his toes and rely on other punches, not so much his actual left hook, he should be all right. I think this is going to end in a knockout. That's my prediction. I think it's going to end in a knockout. I do not know really who. However, when this fight first was made and talks were happening, I thought this could really, really be a 50-50 fight, and I really don't know. I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia. I am, okay, because the amount of hate he gets. I like to see guys who get hated on a lot with pretty chill personalities. Like, he has a pretty good personality. I mean, it's not like he's a cocky dude. I mean, he's confident, right? But he's not like he's hated. He's not like he's disrespectful. He's a very respectful fighter. He's just hated because of his personality. He's an Instagram's YouTube boxer, which is not true. I mean, he's an actual true boxer. Just used his, ability and brand to help build his brand, right? He uses his abilities, his skills to help his brand, showcase it to the world. I think it's pretty smart. But either way, he's obviously hated on a lot. Sort of like Oscar De La Hoya, basically, a younger Oscar De La Hoya. But that's why I'm rooting for him. However, probably this past week, looking at it, and this is going to give you my thoughts on just the actual rehydration clause, which I talked about a lot in my show yesterday. I think Gervonta Tank Davis could probably win this one. I'm favoring Gervonta Tank Davis. It's still up in the air, but I think Gervonta will win this one. Just looking at it. And the big problem is the actual weight class. And this is why I respect Ryan Garcia going into this fight, right? The fight was agreed at 136 pounds, but a 10-pound rehydration clause. So that means that Ryan Garcia can't gain more than 10 pounds after he weighs in. That's dangerous, right? That's dangerous. I mean, I'm looking at vlogs, Showtime episodes, and he looked drained, right? And he was looking drained last week. Okay, imagine how he's going to be in the ring. Hopefully it doesn't affect much. I mean, being that drained, being that dehydrated, being that light, cutting that much is damaging on the brain, right? So, hopefully it does not affect him that much. But I was saying, I respect Ryan Garcia, and I kind of I don't know, I call it selfish, I guess you could say, on Gervonta Tank Davis' part, because I get that he's the A side, but he should have picked one thing. He shouldn't have got both options, right? So if you wanted to make it 136 pounds, sure, okay, that's fine, but don't make a rehydration clause. Or if you wanted to have a rehydration clause, well, at least bump it up to 140. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia fought at 135, I guess is the lightweight class right now. Always. he got bigger, obviously. I mean, being 5'10", that's tall for a lightweight. Being 136 pounds at 5'10" is damaging, right? He looked drained. Not making excuses. I just respect Ryan Garcia a whole lot for that, right? Like, it's in Vegas. He chose the both options, right? To cut down to 136 and can't gain 10 pounds. I respect Ryan Garcia a lot for that, and that's why I'm actually rooting for him. I don't know. I just find it disrespectful on Tank's part. He's just trying to find every way to make an advantage. But I guess, that's just the benefits of being A-side. You got to say what you want. Look at the fight card. Gervonta Davis is minus 240, so he's the favorite, versus Ryan Garcia, who's plus 200. David Morrell, minus 2,000, so he's the favorite, versus Yamaguchi Falcoa, plus 1,000 for the WBA regular super middleweight title. Bektemir Milikuziev versus Gabriel Rosado. So I'm glad to see Gabriel Rosado still in there. I mean, he's one of the best journeymen we saw in a while for the super middleweight bout. And Elijah Garcia versus Kevin Zambrano for a middleweight bout. Okay, this is in T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Start time 8 p.m. Pay-per-view, $85. Jeez. I think this is going to go over 1 million pay-per-view buys. It should, right? I mean, like, right? I was listening to the Jake Paul podcast with Logan Paul podcast with Ryan Garcia on, and he made a good point. He said that this is up to the fans. Like, if we want to see boxing go further and we want to see more of these fights, it's up to us to buy the pay-per-views, right? If this fight gets anything less than 1 million pay-per-view buys, I feel like it's a disappointment. You know what I mean? It has to get over 1 million pay-per-view buys. And obviously that doesn't mean that 1 million people are watching, right? I mean, people could buy something and there could be 4 or 5 people watching, right? If they have people over at the house or something. Either way, it needs to be at least 1 million pay-per-view buys to show that, you could tell their boxers, like, all right, this is what the fans want. So this is important that, you guys basically buy this fight. You know what I mean? But like I said, my prediction, I think it's going to end in a knockout. Definitely, I think that's my prediction. I think I'm leaning towards Gervonta Davis, but I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia. That's what I have to say. I'm very excited for it. Expect a recap or reaction to the fight over the weekend when it's over. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.